Hey everyone, Zane here. I'm just going to go through again another part of the Mental Toughness Journal. I've opened a page. I'm going to start talking about it, hopefully explain it to you in a way that makes it easy to understand. If you've got a copy of the book, maybe you're a little bit confused about what I was trying to say, or maybe you also just want to know what's in the journal, what are you going to get if you get a copy. So on that, today I'm going to talk about goals. There's a chapter on goals. They're kind of like, there has to be really. Goal setting's pretty important. Like, we've got to have something we're striving for. As a human, you're kind of always got to feel like you're on the way somewhere. You're on a journey somewhere. You're striving to get to a place or achieve something. That's healthy. But there's also some unhealthy parts of goal setting. So I actually started here talking about the difficult or the harmful sides to goal setting. It might seem a bit weird. It's like starting with the negative. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I think it's good to have a little bit of a warning because everyone says goal setting's really good, but okay, maybe it's not all good. Maybe we need to be careful there, and that's what I think. Because goals can actually take us away from enjoying the present moment or just being in the present moment. We sort of place a lot of emphasis on like life being, life starting once we get to this goal, and that's. We know that when people achieve big goals, often there's a feeling of letdown or a depression almost after they've achieved that, because they might feel a little bit empty. Maybe they've forgotten who they are along the way and they don't have a clear sense of identity. So those warnings are there. Also making sure that it is your goal. People sometimes realise that the goal that they were striving for wasn't quite their one. Maybe it was their parents. Maybe it was what their friends wanted them to do. Maybe it was just kind of what they thought they should do because they felt pressures from the external world, and it's important to make sure that the goal is yours. Otherwise you're not really going to be probably fully committed to it, and it's not going to feel as good, the journey on the way to it as well. So goal setting is not all good. That's explained in the journal, and then talk about the good stuff. Obviously, setting goals gives you direction, keeps you motivated. You can build your confidence because every time you sort of tick off smaller goals, you go, I'm getting better. And when you have that sense of competence, that sense of getting better at something, you will build confidence in your ability to progress, to get better, to change, those sorts of things. So goals are really helpful in that sense. We break them down in the journal here on sort of what's the big one, what's the dream one, the long-term goal, if you will, and then what's the ones sort of just for the year and then just for the month, and sort of trying to get them right down to in your daily journal even what's the goals for today. So you're sort of starting big and then breaking those down so that the things that you do today are aligned to where you want to go in the future. Really important. And then the big one that it's just one page, but it's so important to have process goals. So set goals around the process. So like I've called them in here like how I'm going to get better goals, because it's kind of like, I want to be better at something. That's cool. We set that target. I want to achieve this. That's cool. We set the target. But we forget sometimes to go, well, what's my actual process to do that? So like how many times a week am I going to go to the gym? And then when I've achieved that at the end of the week, I can tick that off and go, I've done the process of going to the gym to get fitter or lose weight or whatever my ultimate goal was. So we need to focus on the process. You've heard that people say that all the time, but we need to set goals around it. So what's my process? What am I going to do? How am I going to get better? Set the targets. As I say here, give it a go. You can get better by doing these things. Write them down. That's it. I did it in under 5 minutes. Any questions on goal setting? There's way more, obviously. Then send me a message, get in contact. Happy to chat about it. And anyone who's got the journal, make sure you get in touch with any suggestions about what else you would maybe like to help you on your journey. Thanks for listening.